She needed space for her ex at our wedding, so I walked away, erased myself, and never looked back. I stood at the altar, my hands clasped together, my heart pounding in my chest. The venue was perfect, candles flickering, soft music playing, and the scent of fresh roses filling the air. Friends and family filled the pews, waiting for the moment when my fiancée Lisa would walk down the aisle. This was supposed to be the happiest day of my life, but something was wrong. Lisa hadn't arrived yet. The whispers among the guests had started, and I could feel their eyes on me, questioning, doubting. The officiant gave me a reassuring smile, but it did nothing to calm the growing storm inside me. I stole a glance at my watch. She was already 20 minutes late. My mother, seated in the front row, gave me a concerned look, while my father, ever the stoic man, kept his expression neutral. Just then, my best man Josh approached, his face pale, and he swallowed hard before speaking. "Dylan, she's in the dressing room, and she's not alone." My stomach twisted. "What do you mean?" Josh hesitated before finally blurting out the words that shattered my world. "Her ex-Eric is with her. She says she needs space to talk to him before the wedding." It felt like the ground had been ripped from beneath me. My fiancée, the woman I had planned to spend my life with, was having a heart-to-heart with her ex on our wedding day. My fingers curled into fists, a lump forming in my throat, the weight of the moment crashing down on me, my mind racing through every conversation, every red flag I had ignored. Had she ever truly let him go? Had I been blind to what was right in front of me? I took a deep breath and marched toward the dressing room, Josh trailing behind me. With each step, my heart pounded louder. My mind replayed every time Lisa had mentioned Eric, how she always insisted they were just friends, how she still followed him on social media, how she sometimes brought their memories together in casual conversation. I had brushed it off every time, believing that our love was strong enough to withstand her past. But now, standing outside that door, I wasn't so sure anymore. I pushed the door open, and there she was, Lisa standing too close to Eric, her expression filled with hesitation. When she saw me, she looked guilty, like a child caught stealing cookies before dinner. My breath caught in my throat as I took in the sight before me. Eric had one hand resting casually on the vanity beside her, his posture relaxed as if he belonged there, as if this wasn't my wedding day, but just another casual encounter between old lovers. "Dylan," she started, stepping toward me. I just needed a moment to talk to him, to get closure. I clenched my jaw. Closure? On our wedding day. My voice was low, controlled, but the anger in it was undeniable. Eric, smug as ever, leaned against the counter, arms crossed. She just needed to clear her head. "Man, it's nothing personal." Nothing personal. The words echoed in my head like a cruel joke. I turned back to Lisa, my eyes searching hers for an explanation that could make this make sense. "So what is this, Lisa? A last-minute check to see if you're making the right choice? Or were you always planning on leaving me at the altar?" Her lower lip trembled. "Dylan, please, it's not like that. I love you, I do. I never got a real goodbye with Eric, and I thought if I didn't have this moment, I'd always wonder." I let out a bitter laugh, shaking my head. "You'd always wonder," I repeated, the words tasting like poison on my tongue. "So this entire time I've been competing with a ghost from your past?" She reached up for my hand, but I stepped back. "It's not a competition. I just needed to be sure." "And what if he had said the right thing, Lisa? What if he had asked you to run away with him? Would you have gone?" Silence. Her hesitation was my answer. I exhaled slowly, feeling something inside me break. This was the woman I had been ready to commit my life to, the woman I had dreamed of building a future with, and she was standing here on the most important day of our lives, still trying to untangle herself from another man. I deserved better than being someone's second choice. I straightened my shoulders, my decision clear. "I hope you get all the space you need, Lisa," I said, my voice calm but firm, "because I'm giving you all the space in the world." Her eyes widened, panic flashing across her face. "Dylan, wait." But I was already turning around, already walking away. The hallway felt longer than I remembered. the sound of my dress shoes against the marble floor echoing in my ears. The guests still waiting in the main hall had no idea that the wedding had just unraveled behind closed doors. I could feel the weight of what I was about to do pressing down on me. But for the first time in a long time, I felt free. I stepped into the main hall, where all eyes turned to me expectantly. I cleared my throat, my voice steady despite the turmoil inside me. There won't be a wedding today. A gasp rippled through the crowd. My mother stood abruptly, her hands covering her mouth. Lisa's parents exchanged confused glances. Whispers buzzed through the air, but I didn't wait to explain. I walked straight down the aisle, the same aisle I had dreamed of seeing Lisa walk down toward me, and out the grand doors. The sunlight hit my face as I stepped outside, the crisp air filling my lungs. For the first time that day, I felt like I could breathe again. I loosened the tie on my neck and took one final look at the venue, the place that was supposed to mark the beginning of my future. Then I walked away, and I never looked back. I didn't just leave the wedding, I disappeared. The moment I stepped out of that church, I felt the weight of disappointment and betrayal slide off my shoulders. I ignored the gasps, the murmurs, and the confused looks from guests as I walked past them. The limo meant for our getaway ride still sat outside, pristine and waiting, instead of heading to a honeymoon suite. I told the driver to take me straight to the airport. The ride, there was a blur. I barely noticed the streets of the city, the honking cars, the life carrying on outside as if nothing had happened. Inside, however, I was at war with myself, my mind racing between anger, disbelief, and an aching sadness. But as the realization of what I had done settled in, a strange sense of relief took over. I had walked away from someone who didn't truly love me, who didn't even respect me. By the time Lisa realized I wasn't coming back, my phone was off. By the time she started calling me frantically, I was already in the air, flying thousands of miles away to a place where no one knew my name. I chose a city far from everything I had known, a place where my past couldn't reach me. The first few weeks were lonely, filled with silence that I wasn't sure how to process. I had spent so much time planning a life with Lisa that I had never truly considered what life without her would look like. But as the days stretched on, I found a strange comfort in the solitude. The first thing I did was erase every trace of my past. Social media deleted, mutual friends cut off, my old job quit before they could even ask why I wasn't returning. I needed a fresh start, a clean slate. I needed to become someone new, someone who wasn't a man left waiting at an altar while his fiancée sought closure with another man. At first, rebuilding wasn't easy. I moved into a small apartment that felt nothing like home. I spent my days wandering unfamiliar streets, eating alone at diners, and questioning whether I had made the right decision. But slowly, the weight of my past loosened its grip. I started going to the gym regularly, pushing myself harder than ever before. Each drop of sweat, each sore muscle felt like a step toward reclaiming my identity. I found new hobbies, things I never had time for when I was too busy trying to be the perfect fiancé. I learned to cook for myself, discovering that I actually enjoyed it. I picked up hiking, something Lisa had always complained was too exhausting. For the first time in years, I was making choices purely for myself. Lisa's emails came sporadically at first. They were filled with apologies, long-winded explanations about how she had been confused, how she had never meant to hurt me. Then came the anger, the accusations that I had overreacted, that I had embarrassed her by leaving so dramatically. Then finally, the desperation. Please, Dylan, just talk to me. I made a mistake. I see that now. I read each message, but I never responded. Lisa had made her choice, and I had made mine. There was nothing left to say. Closure wasn't something she needed from Eric. It was something I had given myself by walking away. Months passed, the ache of betrayal dulled, replaced by something new. Strength. My new life started to feel like exactly that. A new life, not just an escape from the old one. I had friends now. People who knew me for who I was now, not for the man I had been in that ill-fated relationship. One evening, as I sat in a quiet cafe sipping my coffee, I idly scrolled to the news feed on my new phone. I had avoided social media since the wedding, but curiosity got the best of me. That's when I saw it, a wedding announcement. Lisa and Eric. The article featured a glowing write-up about their fairy tale love story, complete with a picture of them laughing together under an arch of flowers. The very same venue where I had been left standing at the altar. I chuckled to myself, shaking my head. There was a time when seeing this would have destroyed me, a time when I would have spiraled into self-doubt, questioning my worth, my decisions. But now it was just a reminder of the bullet I had dodged. I put my phone down, took a deep breath, and smiled. My past was behind me, and my future, that was mine to create on my terms, with no more ghosts lingering in the background. I had walked away from my own wedding, but in doing so, I had walked straight into the best version of myself.